Hello and welcome back to Pitch Perfect Live. Yes, England are through to the semi-finals. Oh, what are we all so worried about, eh? It was always going to happen, right? Well, not quite, as I'm sure you know. We will dig into everything that happened last night. It was not one for the faint-hearted. I'm sure you'll agree, Jamie. As always, I'm Ayisha Gulati and I'm joined by Jamie Spangher live here in Zurich, Switzerland. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've recovered. I'm not sure if I have, to be honest. And we have pushed the time back later today, as you might have realised, because we got back at about 3:30.
Yeah, it was a late one,
It
wasn't it?
was a really late one for us because, of course, it went to extra time. It went to penalties. The guys were then celebrating. Then we spoke to them in the mix zone, in the press conference. Then sort of got that all up, all the content, and then got back home. So yeah, so thank you for joining us later. And if not, as always, you can catch up wherever you watch this on YouTube or wherever you listen on podcasts. We've got our quiz going, our daily quiz. Scan that QR code or click the link in the description. Keep testing your Euros knowledge. It's just getting better and better this tournament. You do not want to miss the quizzes. You want to keep going with those. Lots of prizes to be won. We also have a poll going on YouTube. Who was your player of the match against Sweden? The choices we've gone for are Chloe Kelly, Lucy Bronze, Hannah Hampton, who did get the official player of the match, and Michelle Agyemang. If you think it's anyone else, let us know in the comments. Let us know all your comments, your questions. We'll get to as many of them as we can during this absolutely action-packed episode. Gosh, I don't really know where to start, Jamie.
So much to break down.
Because there is so much to break down. I feel like we should do it maybe a bit chronologically. So I'm gonna start with the first 70 minutes because I think we can group that all into one bundle.
You can.
So I mean, we were sat there in the press box just ripping our hair out, weren't we? What do you think was going so wrong for England for the first 70 minutes? We conceded after 2 minutes, and then again down 2-0 after 25 minutes.
Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible start. I think that no one really at maybe the 71st minute really expected England to perform the way they did after that because the start was so slow. It was a really poor, unforced error. Jess Carter played the ball into Kira Walsh. It was a hospital pass. I don't know what Walsh could have done with that and turned it over. And then Kosovare Asllani, she's a very experienced player. She slots that in the back of the net. And from there, I think we've spoken about England's lack of mentality when there's adversity. And I think we really saw that on display in the opening 45 minutes. It felt like it went wrong at the start and they didn't know how to correct it. They were really, really struggling to just get players into the game. Lauren James, Lauren Hemp, Ella Toone, they weren't getting much of the ball. Alessia Russo was a workhorse, but she wasn't really making an impact. So England didn't really have the answers in the opening 45 minutes. However, I thought Sweden were absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Like, we have to give credit where credit's due. They came out the gates and they played to their strengths. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And we've spoken about the defence. I think let's touch on it now a little bit because there's no Millie Bright available. Yesterday we saw Leah Williamson go off with an injury. We haven't heard any update on that. We'll let you know when we do, or if we do. Hopefully she's okay. Serena Wiegman said in the press conference at the end of the match she'll be assessed. Serena spoke a bit about the defence because Leah and Jess Carter switched positions about halfway through the first half, was it? And then Jess Carter was subbed off. Esme Morgan came on, Niamh Charles came on. Let's just talk a little bit about the defence because it's something that maybe it's fair to say England have been struggling with this tournament.
Yeah, the England defence right now is very weary. I know we want to celebrate last night's result because they're in the semi-final of the Euro 2025 competition. It's exciting, but it is a bit of a worrying omen going forward because let's be honest, it's happened nearly every single game. Like, even Wales made an impact in that defensive side. I think Alex Greenwood needs to start at left back, right? She's a left-footed outlet. It's a given that she's the starting left back right now because she's the quickest one of the lot, but Jess Carter's struggling. She's struggling to mark the space. She doesn't really know when to go to a player or when to track back or when to hold the channel. So yeah, there's definitely worrying signs there for England. And I know we can praise, I thought Esme Morgan was fantastic when she came on, and as was Niamh Charles, but that was against a Sweden team that had played 80 minutes and running a lot of miles. So it's not going to say that if England maybe make a change in the defence, it's going to make an immediate impact. I think that's a game state. So worrying signs. We'll celebrate the victory, sorry, but yeah, not great.
Yeah, well, talking of celebrating the victory, I think it is only fair that we do. We were watching that penalty shootout. I just couldn't watch. I said to you, Jamie, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like I was totally breathless. I mean, chaotic is the word that kept being used for that penalty shootout. And actually, I caught up with Ella Toone in the mix zone afterwards, and she spoke so well. She was just every England fan sat on the bench watching those penalties, and here's what she had to say. Huge congratulations. What was running through your mind when you were watching that penalty shootout?
I felt sick. I still feel sick. But you know, you always have that belief in the back of your mind that you're going to do it and you're going to win. And the girls were amazing, and we had each other's backs. Hannah did great. I mean, she saved quite a few penalties, didn't she? So yeah, absolutely buzzing. But yeah, it was a horrible watch.
Yeah, incredibly chaotic. I mean, like, you must have been sat there watching like fans, all of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I came off, it was just not a nice place to be. I mean, you always want to be on the pitch and helping the team, but they put a shift in. They should be really proud of themselves for some of them playing extra time as well, then taking a penalty, and yeah, they should be proud of the ones who stood up and took a penalty as well. And yeah, I felt like a fan. I was absolutely buzzing for him, and yeah, I just wish I could have done more to help, but it's a team performance, and the game changers who came on definitely changed the game and made an impact as always. So yeah, we're very, very happy.
And you guys are getting a bit of a So nice to hear from Ella Toone there. I love that. She's like, I felt sick. I still feel sick. She's probably still feeling sick this morning, to be fair.
Horrible watch.
Yeah, it was a horrible watch on so many levels. Just so many missed penalties. We've got to talk about all the missed penalties. What was going on?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm delighted that Sweden just missed more than us, because every time England missed, I was like, how many more second chances can you get? Like, when we went down 2 goals, I just said to you, I said I don't see a way that we're getting back from this. Then after every time in the penalty shoot, and when we get into the penalty shootout, by the way, I was trying to be very positive. I said, well, Jamie, this is all a bonus because we were down and out at 2-0. So I obviously did not mean that. I was like, okay, we must win this. We must win this. Yeah, no, definitely. But I think she spoke there. It's a whole team performance. She's like, I wish I could have been out there, but it's a whole team performance. Before we talk about the penalties, let's just talk a bit about the super subs and actually getting back into the game, because we were saying, why is Sarina not making any subs? She then made subs. Well, of course, Lucy Bronze. We will talk about her a bit later on. So much to talk about. But Lucy Bronze found that first goal. What a warrior. What a warrior. And then the second goal came from none other than Michelle Agyemang, the 18-year-old who people were unsure about whether she'd be brought to the Euros. Okay, she's being brought to the Euros. Oh, it's just good experience for her. It's more than experience. You're scoring the equalising goal of that match. I mean, it's because of her that we're still in the competition. A word on those 2 goals.
Yeah, Michelle Agyemang doesn't look out of her depths, does she?
No.
She's 19 years old. She's at the Euros and she's
now.
Performing that way. And like, it's absolutely ridiculous that she can come onto the pitch and just look like she's made over 50 caps for England. But I just want to talk about Chloe Kelly, and we'll hear from her a bit later, because she was the game changer, in my opinion. I don't know whether it was intentional or not from Sarina Wiegman, but Sweden brought on Smila Holmberg, who's 18 years old, at right back. And I think it was a very proactive decision to then bring on Chloe Kelly in that left wing spot, because you're playing against an 18-year-old, and we know how experienced, how dynamic, how exciting and composed Chloe Kelly is. And she took the game in her stride almost immediately. It was only about a couple minutes on the pitch, and she was making an impact. Lucy Bronze is a warrior. She's making that run. However, those game changes are the reason that England won the game. It wasn't the starting 11. Again, like, Esme Morgan was fantastic. I thought she was incredible. But Michelle Agyemang, to have that composure at 19 in a Euros quarterfinal when you are on the brink of exiting the competition, I think we kind of both said before the tournament, she's going to make an impact if she's given her a chance. And she did exactly that. And I don't know if it was Sarina Wiegman. I think it was a bit of a moment of mastery from the players themselves. Yeah. However, it's everyone, right? It's the squad, and they got the job done.
Absolutely. There's been so much talk about the squad, the whole team. Every single person makes that difference. But it's just amazing how much the energy changed. I know Serena has belief in her players and is therefore going, I don't want to make subs until later, but just that change of energy, because they're feeling flat. They're thinking, what more can we do? Just that injection of something. It could have, Michelle is amazing, Chloe is amazing, but I think it could have been so many of those players, because it's just that spark. They go, I can go and have my impact now. Like, it's my time to shine. And boy, did they shine, because the momentum just totally flipped.
It was crazy.
Totally
instant.
Flipped. Absolutely instant.
Yeah.
And Michelle Agyemang, just like she did in that first game against France, causing all sorts of havoc in the box. She's such a physical player. She asserts her dominance. She knows where she needs to be. She's just causing trouble for the players. And of course, Alessia Russo remained on. They both it worked well together, I thought.
Yeah, I think that was the main thing. The main takeaway I took from it was Serena Wiegmann's decision to keep them both on the pitch, because it meant that Alessia Russo held the traditional 9 position, was able to drop back into higher up in the midfield. So Michelle Agyemang didn't have to overwork herself. And I think often managers see a player, she's a unicorn, right, Michelle Agyemang? She's once in a lifetime kind of player. She's generational, but managers see a talent like that and say, go on and change the game. But Serena's allowed her to play alongside someone that is so good at holding off defenders. She's so good at holding the space. She dictated Magdalena Eriksson. Alessia Russo allowed Agyemang to have her moment. I think that was just a brilliant decision from the manager not to make a direct substitute. I also think the substitute to take Lauren Hemp off isn't something we've always seen from Serena Wiegmann. She thinks she's a game changer. She thinks she's a star, and she is, but she wasn't on it last night. We have to take that risk. Chloe Kelly in the left wing, she's not usually making an impact from the left wing. I don't even think she got a goal contribution at City from the left wing. So it's very, very risky, and it paid off, and I thought it was excellent.
In Serena, we trust.
We trust. We trust until England are out of this competition. We trust.
No, do you know what? I think, it's always easy to have the post-mortem and the hindsight and all of that, but it worked, right? That's why she's the manager and we're not, because
it's major tournament football. It does not matter how you win.
No,
no one cares how you win. If you're lifting a trophy at the end of the tournament, no one cares how you got there.
Yeah. Well, we've just spoken about Michelle Agyemang, and I was actually able to catch up with her in the mix zone. And I wanted to show you this just because you see her on the pitch and she's just this enigmatic, amazing presence. And we forget she's only 19. And I think speaking to her in the mix zone, you just remember that and how humble she is and how, just how much she's soaking it all in. So here's me catching up with Michelle following the match. Huge congratulations, 3 England appearances, 2 goals. How much does it mean for the England manager, Serena, to be putting her faith in you when it matters most?
Yeah, it means a lot to me, to come in as the youngest in the team. It's hard, obviously, but, to have that faith and that confidence in me, I'm grateful, and it's a privilege to be here.
And how much are you learning from being here, from playing, from people like Lucy?
A lot, honestly. There's a lot of experiences that I probably wouldn't have got anywhere else, and I'm grateful to be here. Thank God for the opportunity.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lucy. Thank you. That was a really sweet moment in the mix zone, because Lucy Bronze and Michelle Agyemang came out together, sort of arm around, and Michelle was a bit nervous because she doesn't really normally do press, and Lucy was going, go on, Michelle, like, it's your moment, like, have it. And they stood next to each other and spoke together, and it was really nice. And Lucy even said at the start of the interview, you got the oldest player and the youngest player here. And it really was like that moment, and the fact that those two were the players who were the goal scorers. It just shows, we've spoken about the mix of experience and youth, and that was like the absolute epitomization of it. So really nice. That whole interview is available on Haters TV YouTube channel, as is all of the content we are showing you in today's show, plus loads more, because we got so much last night that we couldn't possibly squeeze it all into the show. So we're just showing you mini clips, but I definitely advise that you go and get your England fix on Haters TV. Wow. Well, someone we've not spoken about yet is the player of the match.
Yes.
Hannah Hampton. And she got player of the match. Well, for a number of reasons, I think. I don't think she was necessarily at fault for those 2 goals. It was really tough for her. Then that third, at 2-0 down, there was that amazing save she made. Was it Rolfo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolfo was going for goal, and Hannah Hampton made this brilliant save, kept England in the game, because at 3-0 it's curtains. Yeah. It's curtains.
100%.
And then, of course, went on to the penalty shootout, where she did save, I think she just made the one save, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a
However,
fantastic save.
it was a fantastic save. And I was just saying to Jamie before, like, you've got to make yourself present in the goal. When people are missing in front of you, you've got to give credit to the goalkeeper for putting them off, or whatever they've done to get in there, get in the penalty taker's head and miss the penalty. So yeah, a word on Hannah Hampton, Jamie, because so much commotion around that goalkeeper position ahead of the tournament, and she's really asserted herself as England's number one.
I think football fans all over the world are so happy and proud of Hannah Hampton right now, because like you said, there was so much discussion and talk and press around this whole who's going to be the England number one, and then Mary Earps's retirement from international football. And Hannah Hampton had a lot of work to do, because I think in football we often scapegoat someone if something goes wrong, and we think, oh, it should have been Earps, should have been this person. So for Hannah Hampton to come out, and I think she had a very shaky start to the game last night, much like she did against France and the Netherlands. Like, there was almost an error that caused Stina Blackstenius to score a third.
Yeah.
Leah Williamson makes a world-class save and challenge for that. But at 24 years old, to make that error and then come back and win the Player of the Match award, it just goes to show, like, we've spoken about this player's ceiling. It is sky high. Hannah Hampton's ceiling is incredible. I think her attitude's incredible. She gets knocked, her nose is gushing with blood, changes her kit. And we said, you don't really want to go into a penalty shootout with a sore nose. And then she does exactly what she does best. And I think it's just so exciting to watch her flourish.
Yeah, apparently she said, the girl said to her, oh, you're better with one nostril hand.
Yeah.
So
keep it that way.
Keep it that way, yeah. Oh, a really funny press conference with her yesterday as well, because she got a FaceTime call from friends and family back home during the press conference,
and she answered it.
And we all got to speak to Paul and co. Was it?
I think it was Paul.
It was Paul and
he
co.
was saying, "Stop the press conference. You're in the semi-final."
It was amazing.
Brilliant.
But yeah, you sometimes forget that these players, because they're seeming so sort of superhuman on the pitch, but they're just like you and I.
Yeah,
like,
exactly right.
Getting their FaceTime calls and whatnot. And actually, we'll show you a clip from Hannah Hampton's press conference, because it's not often we see Hannah Hampton in a press conference. It's not often we see a goalkeeper doing the Player of the Match press conference. So it was nice to hear from her. Let's see what she had to say.
No, it was obviously been a difficult couple years within the England environment, and I think that was what one of you alluded to in a question earlier on, that all the girls were ecstatic. They've seen all the hard work that I've put in and how difficult it's been, and how they've helped me get to the point that I am now, and being happy to be wearing an England shirt again. I just want to do whatever I can for the team to get that win. I don't care if it's I have one touch in a game or I have multiple. I just want to do whatever I can to make sure that we get the result that we deserve as a team. And it was a big team performance today. I'm just happy for the whole group of girls, to be honest. We just didn't want to go home tomorrow.
Yeah, lovely to hear from Hannah there. We've got some great comments coming in. Mel G says, if I saw Hampton in goal, I would miss the pen too. Yeah, definitely.
Very fair enough.
For sure. We've got 40% think Chloe Kelly was Player of the Match last night. Keep voting. Adam Salter says, I was shocked that Magda missed her pen. I was convinced she was going to score. Yeah, we've got loads of comments coming in. Do keep them coming. It's amazing to see. Just wow, yeah. All the penalty takers that were chosen. Maybe we should discuss those, because I think it was a really young player who went up and took Sweden's last penalty, and it's tough in that situation. And I think the Sweden manager made a few comments before that they hadn't been overly practicing penalties. Is that naive?
Yeah, I think that's completely naive. Peter Gerardson said, yeah, there's too many factors to consider when picking an order. That's not true. Like, you have your situations. If it goes to 120 minutes, you're usually subconsciously aware of who's going to be on the pitch. To be honest, people may not agree, but I completely back Jennifer Falk taking a penalty. I think that goalkeepers taking penalties makes sense when it's the fifth one, because they don't overthink it. They hit it and normally they score. You rarely see a goalkeeper miss. So to send it over the bar was really, really unfortunate for her. But Smeela Holmberg taking that last penalty, right? She's a professional footballer. She probably wants to take it. I have no doubt that she wants to, but you need to plan better for that. You've got players on the bench that you've brought on, experienced heads that should be taking that penalty. So I felt for her. However, we'd be saying the same about Grace Clinton if the result went the other way. So it's football. These players want to step up. That's why they're at the Euros.
Yeah, and I think even in his post-match press conference, the Sweden manager was talking about, because he was asked, would Stina not have been one of your penalty takers? And he's like, yes, she would have, but you've got to readjust. And I think that's also true, because people go like, oh, you need to keep your penalty takers on. And it's like, actually, no, because you want to win in 120 minutes.
Exactly right.
Like, you don't want to be taking penalties. So it's a really tough balance, fine line of, do you keep your penalty takers on, or do you just put the people on who you think can snatch you a winner?
Yeah.
And I mean, is there a right answer? It's hard, isn't it? Because like we said, hindsight is a wonderful thing. And had she gone on and scored the winner in 120 minutes, we wouldn't be having this conversation about her stepping up to take a penalty. So yeah, really tough. But I guess the flip side of that, absolute mentality monster that is Lucy Bronze. Would you want anyone else stepping up for that penalty that mattered most?
Honestly,
would you?
I have always said, why do players in penalty shootouts in major tournaments not just put the first one down the center? Because a keeper can't stand still. If a keeper stands still and it goes bottom corner, they look like a little bit silly. So she said that in her post-match interview. She said, mathematically, goalkeepers, they never stay still. So I had to put it, and she hits it top bins, top of the net, center of the goal. Like, oh my gosh, you could tell that she was going to change the game the second she was on the ground strapping her own hamstring up. Like, Lucy Bronze is a player that anyone wants playing for their national team. She will run through a brick wall for Chelsea, for England, for anyone that she wears the badge for. And we spoke to her at matchday -1 as well. And she said, I just love playing for England. My why is that I want to work hard. And that's what she did. 120 minutes as the most capped player, and she scores that penalty.
Yeah, for sure. Like, tired is not in her dictionary.
Nope.
You know, like other players were coming off yesterday going, we're tired. I don't think she even mentioned being tired. She's like, I'll go again for another 120 plus pens. No, incredible player Lucy Bronze is, just as a player, as a person, as a leader. And England needed leaders. Leah went off injured. She stepped up in so many ways. Of course, that penalty, but she was geeing the team up. She was geeing the crowd up, going to all four sides of the stadium, like, make noise, like, come on, we can't hear you. And actually, credit to the Sweden fans for that, because the Sweden fans were so noisy, so loud. And so were the England fans. They just needed a bit of encouragement from Lucy Bronze. But Lucy Bronze is always on hand to whatever we need. Yes. Well, we've spoken about Chloe Kelly a bit. And Chloe Kelly, wow, in an England shirt, it just doesn't get better for her. She just, time after time, is this super sub, this impact player, just an incredible person. Again, someone you want on your team to come on, make that difference. She's spoken before about how I'm happy to play my role and I'll just play it. Before we talk about her, let's see what she had to say in the mix zone, because we were able to catch up with her post-match as well.
Must be happy with yourself.
Yeah, of course. I tried to impact the game as best I could and play to my strengths, which is obviously crossing the ball. So I tried my best to do so, and I'm glad that we got back into the game and we got over the line. But this team's incredible, and we showed real togetherness tonight. And hopefully, moving forward, that's a performance that we can put in our back pocket to learn from.
I know you're probably going to say no to this, but were you worried at 2-0? Because at times it didn't look like it was going to be England tonight.
I actually don't ever worry, to be honest. I think we have so much belief in our team. Sweden are a great side and we know that, but I think we have so much quality in our squad that I feel belief. Players may say different, but that's my thoughts, and we showed tonight what we're capable of, and Hannah was unbelievable.
You say you never wavered from your belief. That was the most chaotic penalty shootout I think I've ever seen.
Tell me about
it. So then don't tell me you kind of, that was just, how could you get through that?
Yeah, I really needed a wee. It was similar to Nigerian performance. I was bursting for a wee, so I was like, come on girls, let's go. So yeah, I think we showed what we was capable of, but the penalty shootout didn't go as planned, but we got through, and that's what this is all about. It's a performance that we can put in our pocket and we learn from, and experience for everyone. There's players tonight that stepped up for a penalty that may not have before, so it's a learning and it's an experience, but we're through.
Yeah, great to hear from Chloe Kelly there. She said she just needed a wee during the penalty shootout. She's like, just get this over and done with, girls.
To be honest.
Come on. Yeah.
I was counting down the seconds.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, amazing stuff. We've got some lovely comments coming in. We've got some new viewers as well, people we've not heard from before. So thank you for joining us if you're new to the show. Kaylee Jones, it was an amazing game last night. It was indeed an amazing game. Andrea said we played better second half and extra time. We dug deep. And I think that's a really key thing, Jamie. How do England make sure they come out firing from all cylinders from the get-go going forward in this competition?
It's a question of mentality, isn't it? Like, you can't really, you can't manage, you can't coach, and you can't implement mentality. It's something that's instilled in the culture of a club or in a team, and in this case, in a national team. So for England right now, I think the best thing going forward, and this sounds very obvious, is the fact that they're going into a semi-final. There's two games maximum left. There is genuinely no room to put your foot off the accelerator. They have to be there from minute one. And I know people are talking about easy side of the draw. Do they have the easy side of the draw? I think that's disrespectful to the countries left, because I think that the countries left have all showed that they can beat England. England have showed that they can beat every other nation. So yeah, it's about mentality. I think when you've got someone like Chloe Kelly who steps up to a penalty spot, having a bit of a giggle, is kind of throwing the ball around. She's doing everything that you want your teammate to do when she's taking a penalty. Yeah, these are the players that are instilling that in this England squad, and you just need to keep them firing, keep them confident, and just keep them have belief you can do it, because when they have belief, there's genuinely no stopping them.
We've got a lot of love for Chloe Kelly in the comments. Adam Salter, to think that Kelly fell out of the England team at the start of the year. So true. All because of that sort of saga at Man City. She's living her best life, absolutely thriving. Helen Jerome, hi Helen, thank you for watching. We've said, I always thought Kelly was a good player, but she's been elevated to superstar/legend status now. Yeah, definitely. It's incredible. There's so much love for Chloe Kelly in the comments. Thank you very much. We also have a comment from Pinky, who maybe was not supporting England last night. I'm genuinely gutted. When will it be Sweden's turn for glory? Pinky has said the phrase before, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And it feels like that for Sweden, doesn't it? What more do they have to do? They were genuinely brilliant for that first chunk. They didn't really do much wrong, when England scored as well. It was just England had those brilliant chances and took them. But what more can they do? Yeah,
it's worrying for Sweden. Can I be honest? I know that they were excellent yesterday, but their squad is very, very experienced. They're in the late 20s, early 30s, and medium age in that starting 11. So this was their chance. Their head coach is departing now. They've got Tony Gustafsson coming in. Say about him what you will. I certainly have my opinions, but I just think this was their moment to seize, and they haven't seized it, and they don't have the young talent that perhaps in England do, or perhaps in Spain do. Ellen Wangerheim, they've got Smilla Holmberg, but that's only two players in a team that are very, very experienced and kind of in the latter stages of their career. So I feel for them, because they were excellent this tournament, but it does feel like the World Cup's 2 years away. The Euros are 4 years away. When's their next major tournament? And are they going to have the power that they have now?
No, it's true. This felt like their time to shine, really, didn't it? And it really did feel like it was their moment when they went 2 up. It felt like, how were England going to find a way back? But I guess that is what champions do.
Exactly.
They dig deep. They know how to do it. And they were able to do that yesterday. I'm actually getting goosebumps thinking about it. It's very hot here. And I'm getting goosebumps because it was like, I really believe it. I really can't, because at that 70th minute mark, I was just like, it's over. There's no way we're getting back into it. I just did not see it, because I wasn't even seeing the spark, the energy, any of it. And it's just amazing how those 2 moments can just change it all. And then after that moment, the penalties, I have to say, they felt inevitable. Didn't they?
They did.
When it got to 2-2 in 90 minutes, I was like, we might as well just skip to the penalties now. Get us to bed half an hour earlier.
It's very, very true. It felt inevitable, didn't it? But it was like they played 70 minutes of the France game on a TV and then 20 minutes of the Netherlands game on the television. It didn't feel like there was any natural progression in that game. It was just game changers on. That is why they're super subs. It was absolutely incredible. Whereas at Euro 2022, the substitutes came on to kind of add to the impact. Whereas at this time around, they're the stars of the show.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got comments about Spain and how Spain might be able to take advantage of England. Spain. We've got Enota saying Spain. They understand how to press England specifically, targeting Walsh and her options in defence. Hopefully, France can do them, but only team built to counter Spain was Sweden. of course, England's potential route to the final now. We know they're facing Italy in the semi-final. We've got the other 2 quarterfinals, which we'll discuss briefly after this. We've got Spain versus Switzerland tonight and France versus Germany tomorrow. I guess England would either be playing Spain, Switzerland, Germany or France.
Yeah.
What? There's no easy choice there, is there? I mean, Switzerland maybe might not be expected to win against Spain, but you never know.
Yeah, I think, look, England with that back four right now with the injury of Leah Williamson have to get past the counter-attacking threat of Italy first. Like, let's remember there's a semi-final. I think there is too much talk around this Lionesses team of saying, oh, they have the easy draw, because that flows into the squad, and I think that flowed into the squad for the first 70 minutes yesterday. It's about, okay, make a comprehensive performance against every single team.
Yeah.
But then looking forward, there's Spain, France, Germany. Sorry, Switzerland. I just don't really see it happening. And I think, like, this comment is bang on. The Barcelona players that play in the Spanish team, they know how to press Welsh. They know if you discount Welsh out of an English midfield, they don't know how to control possession. They're very, very quick on the counter-attack. Same with France. That injury to Leah Williamson could be detrimental because you've got an inexperienced back four at that stage. It's not saying she's the game changer, but you need someone that is used to starting for her national team. So we'll fry that fish when we come to it.
Yeah, we will indeed. We've got, of course, Italy next. We'll preview that properly, I think, when it comes up. But just a brief. What can we expect from that fixture? It's going to be a good one, right?
It'll be a good one. I think that I've spoken about Italy a lot, but they like a defensive block with a quick counter-attack. And when I watched them play against Spain, it was very much that style of football where they nullified Spain in the opening 20 minutes and they got them on the counter-attack. So again, we're talking about an England team that maybe aren't as strong when the ball's going out of transition and going fast on the transition. So there's a little bit of a worry there. But again, I think that England have the players to break down a defensive block. England don't want to play the ball in and behind. They want to play the possession football, and they can do that against Italy. So I think it's a very tasty fixture. However, the Lionesses will probably be licking their lips.
Yes, definitely. I guess from now on, it's just that same thing after the France game with what Ella described as a rocket. This is another rocket that they needed because they were down and out. They were out of the competition. They really were. They must have. They'll always say they never felt it, but they must have felt that within them to go and find something else to bring. And that just can't happen again. You're now in semi-final territory. That was another lifeline we've been given. You've got to grab it with both hands now. You've got to know we can beat Italy. Let's go and do it from minute one. Let's not long it out. Let's not wait for things to fall in our favour. They all spoke about the strokes of luck they had yesterday. You can't be relying on maybe one stroke of luck in a tournament. You can't keep relying on that. You've just got to rely on your ability now and actually go and get it. Go and get that final. That is there for the taking for England to be in that final. It's there. It's there to be. It's theirs.
It's theirs
absolutely
to lose. It's theirs to lose.
Theirs
It
to
definitely
lose.
is theirs to lose. We'll see.
Amazing. Well, we're going to take a brief interlude from talking about England to open some Tops stickers.
Woo!
I can see that we have lots of new viewers today. So for those of you who don't know what we're doing, we are coming to you every day live from Switzerland, and every day we are opening a pack of Tops stickers. We have our Tops sticker book we are trying to complete before the end of the tournament, and in order to do that, of course, we've got to open some stickers, but we've also got to swap some stickers because you can't get them all. So we have created our online swaps platform at gotswaps.club. We met some wonderful people out and about yesterday who said they'd be joining. So hopefully they are on there. When you get on gotswaps.club, you can enter everything you've got. It's like your own database of your whole sticker album. And you can say what you've got spares of, what you need, and it will match people up. And you can start chats to start doing the actual swaps. So make sure you sign up. You need to when you get on the page, put your email in so that all the functionality is available to you. But it's very exciting. We've been messaging a lot of people, swapping with a lot of people. So do get involved. We wanna speak to you, hear from you, and swap with you. You go first today,
Okay,
Jamie. I feel like I've been going first a lot recently.
Let's do it. Okay, I'm excited. We're getting to like the tail end of our packs.
We are.
Oh my god, best card. maybe for me. Leah Volti, captain of Switzerland, who are playing tonight against the world champions. That's a great card.
That's a good card for today.
Catarina Amado of Portugal.
I think we have
I've been doing
Jamie.
well lately.
Oh
Lucy
my goodness.
Bronze, none other than the penalty hero, Lucy Bronze.
we've got the penalty hero, Lucy Bronze.
That is incredible.
Wow.
What a pack so far.
What a
We've got
legend.
Gudrun Anaradottir from Iceland. We've got Toone. We've already got
Toone,
that
yeah.
one. So gotswaps.club if you need some stadiums. And the final one, I've got Lily Woodham from Wales. I think we've got her as well. So yeah, trade with us, please. There's
Wow,
some
I
great
can't believe
ones.
you just got Lucy Bronze.
Yeah, wow. Hello. Lauren Hemp yesterday,
Yeah,
the Norfolk Nightingale,
the
and now I've
Norfolk
got the penalty
Nightingale.
hero. So
Yeah, for those of you who were watching yesterday, we told you Lauren Hemp was the best at darts, per Lucy Bronze's admission, actually.
Yeah.
So we asked you for a darts nickname, and the winner was the Norfolk Nightingale. If you've got anything better, put it in the comments. Although I'm also feeling like Lucy Bronze deserved a darts nickname after last night's performance.
Drop one in the chat.
So
I don't think we can beat the Norfolk Nightingale,
let's get a darts nickname for Lucy Bronze, and we will come to some of those very shortly.
Go on.
Get creative, guys. We want darts nicknames for Lucy Bronze. Right, let's go. Okay. We've got a Polish player, Alexandra Zaremba.
Nice.
I don't think we have her.
I don't think we
You need
do.
every single... Oh, I've got another Swiss player who we don't have, Ramona Bachmann.
Nice.
So that is good for Switzerland, who are in action today against Spain in Bern, the capital city. Okay, it's not the one I would have maybe wanted, but a shiny Italy badge.
Oh, we need it though.
We do need
We'll
it.
look past the semi-final because we need it.
It's not semi-final just yet, so we'll take
Could
that.
be worse
Could
timing.
be worse. It's a good one. We've got a shiny Kira Walsh.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, this is
A
great
shiny
job.
Lioness. We've got two of England's finest today.
Yeah, right. I
in
feel like
Lucy
we're doing
Bronze
a
and Kira
fantastic
Walsh.
job.
We've got Iceland's Vigusdottir.
Nice. Okay.
And we've got Sweden's Linda Sembrand. I'm sorry, Linda.
Linda, we're very
I'm
sorry,
sorry,
but we're
Linda.
also not very sorry,
Please.
Linda.
Yeah.
These things happen, you know. Oh well.
And I did say
success.
to Ella Toone, does this now settle it once and for all? Are the Beatles better than ABBA? And she goes, yeah, but I'm an ABBA girly myself.
It's so true.
And I said, Ella, aren't we all?
I need to ask
We
you a
can say it
serious
now.
question now. Like, who's better,
I
ABBA or the Beatles?
can say it now, ABBA.
Yeah, right. I knew you were lying to us. I knew you were lying to us.
Oh, look, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
You gotta
no,
manifest.
I respect that.
You gotta manifest. Oh, and I did. We had quite a few dancing queens on the pitch last night, didn't we?
The winner takes it all.
The
as
winner
they say.
takes it all. Yeah. Wow. Well, we've got a comment from Richard Mack, which is a bit of an analysis question. So let's talk about this one, because it's saying that everyone gives our defence a tough time, but our midfield was maybe at fault for giving the ball away a little bit yesterday. What's your take on that? How do we work on that? How do we improve that?
Certainly. I think the midfield were the reason that both Lauren James and Lauren Hemp couldn't get in the game, because there was no service coming from them. I think Alex Greenwood was really the only defensive outlet in that part of the ground that was actually offering England any service going forward, because the midfield were non-existent. I felt for Kira Walsh, can I be honest, because I think that Aslani was really overloading her, and Sweden clearly had a plan to really condense that midfield area, especially in England's defensive third. So I felt for her, but Georgia Stanway and Ella Toone had a really, really poor opening 45 minutes. I thought Ella Toone is a bit of a harder role because we know she doesn't play as an 8, she plays as a high 10, almost sometimes next to Alessia Russo. So again, if she's not getting the service, it's hard. But Georgia Stanway was getting the service and she was coughing up possession a lot. So again, it's something that they have to learn from. We know what Georgia Stanway can do when she's good. But yeah, I agree with that comment. I think the midfield battle was completely in Sweden's favour. Felipe Angeldal was everywhere and that set the tone.
So then at what point do you think that changed? Who was the difference maker for that?
I think the difference maker was when Michelle Agyemang came on, because Alessia Russo could overload the midfield. She was playing, they were almost playing as a front two, but Alessia Russo was able to drop back and give England a fourth presence in the midfield, which completely changed the tempo. It meant that their defensive sixes couldn't hold up the ball and really dictate what they wanted to do with the ball at their feet. So I think that really, really helped. And then obviously as well, Grace Clinton coming on against these physical teams, she's got to be the midfielder that makes the impact because she's so good physically. Ella Toone is so good technically, but she doesn't have that physical aspect of her game. So Georgia Stanway needed to step up. She was taken from the ground, and I think that did make an impact as well. However, yeah, the overloading in the midfield I thought was really clever from Wiegman.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Alessia Russo there. We did actually catch up with her yesterday as well in the mix zone, and going to show you a little clip of what we spoke about.
Oh, it's just a margarita.
You mentioned some of the leaders there. It felt like Lucy Bronze was really one of those people tonight, getting that first goal, really riling up you guys and the crowd. How important was her and her experience tonight?
Yeah, she's incredible. I say it all the time, and she's definitely one that you look up to in the team, not only for what she's achieved, but how she is as a person, how she is as a leader. When she steps up in moments like that, she's a player that you just always want on your team.
Yeah, so many of them said that about Lucy Bronze. Serena Wiegman was full of praise for Lucy Bronze yesterday, wasn't she? She was saying, I can't remember her exact words. There's no one like her.
Yeah.
There's nobody like her. I've never met anyone like her. As a person, as a player, wow, like high praise indeed. Yeah, it is incredible. And I think all the players were really just singing her praises as well, because she's just that leader. They spoke about her when they lost to France and how she pulled the team together and said, look, we did this in 2015, we lost, but you can go on and do really well still. And she is just that person. I mean, we could talk about Lucy Bronze till the cows come home, really, couldn't we, on this show?
It's very true. Can I say a little sidebar on Alessia Russo eating a margarita pizza?
I know, I was about to say.
I feel like we need to ban pizza as we ban ABBA.
I think pizza is banned.
Yeah.
I think
Pasta
is banned.
That's about it. We'll let them have everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, though, no ABBA. It's the same for pizza. Get the margarita out the mix zone, Alessia.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's quite hard to hide a pizza. You can't be like, oh, it's not a pizza, it's fish and chips in here. It's literally
It's
in a
a
pizza
salad,
box,
it's a
isn't
salad.
it? Yeah. It's not quite. We're gonna have to do a this or that Italian edition, aren't we?
We will have to do that.
Watch this space. We will definitely do that in the build-up. We've got quite a few days now until the build-up. It's Tuesday night, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, our semi-final against Italy. Sorry, I lose track of days here. I don't even know what day it is today, to be fair. It could be any day of the week. All I know is the sun is shining.
England are in the semi-final.
Who cares? Yeah, we're going to go and have a bit of an explore today, actually. We've not really had any downtime. So I feel like we need a rest after that 120 minutes plus penalties plus everything else as well. So we'll have a wander. We might have a dip in the river, see what happens. But yeah, we've got a question going: pizza or fish and chips? Let us know in the comments. Pizza or fish and chips, indeed. Well, gosh, I'm a bit exhausted after talking about England so much.
I've
It's
had to
like we just relived the whole thing. Yeah, do keep voting on who your player of the match in last night's match was. Do put that in the comments. We'll pin up the results very soon. And we can't not talk about tonight's quarterfinal. It is the world champions against Switzerland, who have escaped the groups, making history in their own country. What a tournament they are having. They have hosted it incredibly well. They have played incredibly well. Wow, what a moment.
I'm so excited for this game. This is the quarterfinal, other than England beating Sweden, that I'm so excited for, because the Swiss have been amazing, as you said, as hosts. They've been incredible. The fact that they got out of the group, it's history making. They've never done that before. But they now have a free hit at Spain, right? No one is expecting them to win. They go out there in front of their home fans in Bern. They show everyone what they're made of, and the fact that they deserve to be at this tournament. They deserve to be hosting it. And if you lose against Spain, you lose against Spain. But they've been exceptional. And honestly, Geraldine Reuteler, with her and the team, you simply never know, do you?
You never know. It's only 90 minutes. I always say it. I always
120
say it.
plus
Or
pence.
120 plus pence. No, gosh, it's so exciting. And you can tell what it means to all the Swiss people around. Bern is going to be popping. We're going to go catch it in a fan zone around here, aren't we? That should be incredibly lively and exciting. Yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. Exactly that.
Bring it on.
I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. And just such an exciting moment for Switzerland. I think, of course, they are underdogs, but if you're going to choose an opposition, you want to play Spain.
Exactly.
You want to play Spain, don't you?
It doesn't get better than that. It actually doesn't get better than that. They must be excited. The Swiss fans also, you get to watch Alexia Putellas play against your home country. I think it's just going to be a great moment for football.
Definitely. Well, we will be bringing you all of that action tomorrow, as well as previewing the Germany versus France game, as well as talking Lionesses, because there's more Lionesses now. Gosh, I was so worried. Someone commented, "Oh, are you still going to do your podcast when Lionesses go out?" I said, "Yeah, we will, but it will be sad." So I'm glad we can continue the positivity throughout the tournament and keep bringing you exciting, upbeat, pitch perfects as much as your heart desires and as much as our heart desires.
Exactly right. At least until Wednesday morning, but I know it's going to be until Sunday, so I'm very excited.
It's going to be until Sunday. Let's manifest, guys. Everyone stop eating pizza. Stop eating pasta.
No gelato. I'm telling you
Oh,
nothing.
gosh. Oh, no.
No,
I like
I
ice
shouldn't have
cream.
brought that up. Shh. Gelato's fine. Gelato's fine.
Yeah.
Just ice cream. Just don't have gelato. Just call it
just
ice
not
cream.
Italian ice cream. We'll just have ice cream, not gelato. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, we have lots of comments, lots of love coming in for Switzerland. We so much love coming in on the comments. Thank you so much. Chloe Kelly ended up winning the poll on who was the player of the match last night. Who would you say?
Chloe Kelly. I don't think England would have won that game without Chloe Kelly. Thought she was amazing.
I can't choose. I can't.
Just say all of them.
No. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I mean, it is
Okay.
all of them. It is all of them, and I think Chloe Kelly. I would say Chloe Kelly, but special mention to Lucy Bronze because
Love it.
she is. Of course, you need the quality, you need those crosses, you need that. But I think this game is so much about mentality
And heart. Yeah.
that it just she was the one who brought that yesterday. Truly,
Definitely.
so long may that continue. Long may that continue. And she just can't ever retire. Never retire.
Not
Lucy.
allowed, Lucy.
Keep playing.
Not allowed.
Oh, amazing. Well, I think that just about brings us to the end of such an exciting, fun Pitch Perfect. Have you had a good time this morning?
I've had a great time. I'm a little bit I feel a bit exhausted after having to relive that game.
My heart's still going.
But I'd rather have heart palpitations than be very sad. So such is life.
Such is life, indeed. Well, I'll be watching all the rest of our footage on Haters TV all day. I'll keep reliving it, I think, because it really doesn't get better than this. Winning a quarterfinal by penalties. It is just the most incredible, insane way to go through to get to a semi-final. I know we would have wanted it the easier way round, but we wouldn't have had all that drama.
Yeah, exactly.
And if football is not about drama, then what is it about?
Mhm.
So bring it on. I'm glad we had the pens, but no more penalties, okay? No
That's
more
enough now.
penalties. That is enough. Quite enough. My heart won't be able to take it. I need a lie down. I'm sure you need a lie down. We need to go and jump in the river and cool off. And we hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. Keep reveling in the Lionesses' success. Keep enjoying it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back at our usual time tomorrow. That is 9 a.m. UK time. So please do join us. Swap with us on our top stickers at gotswaps.club and check out all of our content on the Haters TV YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys at home. Thank you for all your involvement, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much.